Welcome back to the Climber Dad channel. This week I've taken a little bit of time away from the tower job that I'm doing. I'm going to be working in the gym. There's a lot of things in the gym, the climbing gym, that need a little bit of attention. One of those things is air quality. The air quality has gotten a little bit out of control down there, and I want to rein that back.
So we're going to start out with this giant pedestal fan and turn it into a box fan. First thing we need to do is remove the front cage so we can trace out the outer diameter. Next, I'm going to trace out our cut line an inch in. This is going to reduce the chance of backflow and give us something sturdy to attach the fan to.
So I'm just going to use these little guys to pin it in place. And then I'm going to use a cleat to attach it down, kind of like this guy. The idea here is that we've got these little cleats with a taper on there and a little groove so it can go right in there and hook between this wire that comes down, and then we'll put a screw in there and tighten it down, and that should hold it. Yeah, is that gonna be good, Reese? Yep. That's pretty solid, so let's see, let's turn it on and see how it works. Looks like it's going to be working pretty well.
Next is to cut the slats to create the grooves where the air filters will slide down into. I'm designing this so we can install 4 air filters on each side. That means that I need a total of 6 full-length slats for each side. So that's 12 slats. Now we need to cut those down because we need to put some bracing in the middle, because where those air filters will end and begin, there needs to be a support there so the pressure of the fan doesn't collapse that frame. So I just nail those down, and now it's off to building the rest of the frame.
Wow, what a day. Okay, so it is a new day for me. I know it's not for you because it's just a split second has passed, but today is a new day for me. Last night I was working hard and late into the hours of the night, as usual. And I made a few mistakes, which I can live with. It'll work just fine, but I decided to call it a night. And this morning I'm going to go ahead and finish up. I did do quite a bit of work off camera. I'm just going to go through and show you the different things that I need to do to complete. Now, when I am watching a build video, I really want to see the design of it. I don't want to see all of the steps in the process of building. It's maybe why I'm doing shots of time-lapse videos and not really showing you that much in detail. If you're that guy like me, this is the spot in the video that you want to watch. So let me show you what the design is. So first and foremost, a giant fan right in the middle of the box. The inside diameters of the box from here to here is 16 inches, and that's so we can take air filters and slide down in these slots here. So we're going to have 4 air filters on both sides, the 24 by 16 air filter, and we're going to have a good quality air filter right here, and then a crappy air filter right here to catch the big bulk of the chalk. And we can change those in and out a lot more often than the really expensive ones. So that's the reason why I'm doing 2, and hopefully we'll get a lot of that chalk out of the air and make it economical. Now originally I was thinking that this was going to hang on the ceiling with the air pointed down, but instead I'm going to make this the bottom and I'm going to put it on casters. So we can wheel it around and we'll see how that goes. I did have to put some spacers here so it didn't collapse in the air filters, and right here where the top and the bottom air filter will meet, there's also some spacers there. Structural support. Now what I have left to do is I need to redo this wiring so this switch can be on the outside of the box. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to attach the back face of this, and I'm only going to attach that with screws. So if we need to get into that fan to do some maintenance on it, we can do that.
It's time to get back to work. I'm going to solder all of these joints using a butane soldering iron. I absolutely love this thing. I'm going to throw an Amazon link down in the description below. And when you follow those Amazon links, it allows me to earn a little bit of commission on the sales that are generated there, and supports the channel. Now that we've got the back on, it's time to tighten everything up. I'm using a clamp here to make sure that everything is lined up right before I screw that down. This auto chuck comes in pretty handy when you only have one hand to use, because your other hand is being used to hold a piece in place.
All right, here she is. So you've got the two rails right here for your air filters on both sides. It's going to be some massive air filtration, but we have obviously a little issue if we leave it like this. This is going to be in the gym, and you don't want little kids to, you know, woo-hoo, reaching in there. Right, Reese? So how we're going to accomplish that is these little ears that used to attach to the back side of this frame, we're going to cut those off. And then we're going to mount this right over the top. But let's do a quick test. That's a lot of dust. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited about this.
I'm using 1/4-inch cable clamps to attach the front cage to the box. Originally, I wasn't going to stain this box. I was just going to leave it raw wood. But my wife said you should stain it. If you listen to your wife's input, it will improve your output. So here we go, staining the box. All that's left is to install the air filters. So this not only looks good, thanks to my wife, but it also works really well. There is one issue, it's a little bit noisy. So what we do is we will turn it on at night when we close the gym, and then in the next morning we'll turn it off. The air is much better.
Alright, so the fan's been in the gym for about 3 weeks now. It's working out really well. There's one thing that I have noticed. When I finally found the really nice air filters and put them in there, it seems to be restricting the airflow a lot. Now the cheap air filters were doing a really good job of pulling the chalk out of the air, and we've got a lot of chalk here at Clarksville Climbing. People trying hard, climbing hard, and there's just chalk gets in the air. This really pulls the chalk out of the air. Now you can use an exhaust fan like this or an air filter like this for a home shop or any type of situation where you need to clean that air out. I hope that you've enjoyed this. If you have, hit that like button and share it with your friends. It really helps me out. It lets me know that I'm doing a good job and that I should keep on continuing. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. Now, it's time for me to go home, so I'm going to kick this fan on and let it filter out all of the air through the night. So I'll see you next time right here on Climber Dad.